Everybody, welcome back to the Lonely Homestead. Got my green stalks up here now from the old homestead and tons of other things. But I've been working a lot off the property here and been building food forest with a guy up here in the high desert. Mostly native plants, but doing a lot of trees and then native shrubs around the trees and everything. So I'm trying to get a jump on farming, and this is what my shop looks like right now. It's a mess, but it's still cold up here. I could do brassicas right now, but I have no way of starting the seeds. So I built this, and I asked my buddy to bring my old heat mats, but he didn't. But I have some heat mats coming, and this is my new seed starting area. I'll probably do one down here too, but excuse the lighting. But I also got a bunch of new trays. Come back out here. Gonna be my little seed starting table for a while. But these are really nice trays, and you can literally stand on top of them and they're not gonna break, and they're gonna last a long time. And you can see they're aerated real well for roots, and then they got the big holes in them for pushing your seedlings out of there. So that's gonna work good. And then I got these half trays, which makes it easier to bottom water, because I could just leave them up there and then start filling the tray here. When you have a full tray, it comes up to the top here, so you literally gotta move this out of the way and water or something like that. But those are the new ones from Epic Gardening. No sponsorship. I just always, look at that. They're hard. They're good compared to, let's see, here we go. These are my old trays, which lasted quite a few years, but you can see the sun cracks in them, and they're brittle now. So they lasted quite a few years, but they've kind of had it. So we're time to move on to the new stuff, good stuff that's gonna last. Probably till I die. So yes, we're gonna get some food going around here. This is the back shed, but been doing some digging. Don't tell anybody. But that whole area out there, that's gonna become garden space, and possibly a high tunnel here. I'm gonna start leveling it off a bit here, because when we get a downpour, the water runs from up here all the way down here. So I'm gonna level it off to catch water, and then another level catch water, and then let it flow downhill. So that's one of my projects that is hopefully going to be happening real soon. And then over here will be a nice area fenced up here with hopefully 6 cherry trees going across the top there so we could see the blooms. I did get this damaged cherry tree from a friend, and I just planted it where the gray water drains, and we'll see if it survives. It's got buds on it, but it's got some major damage on the stalk from what I think are rats or rabbits, hence all the caging around it right now. But we'll see. Hopefully it'll bloom. Hopefully it doesn't bloom soon because we had a frost last night. But that's gonna be really beautiful if it blooms. And then there'll be 6 more up here, like blink, 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 over towards my mom's place. And then all this out here will become garden space. And where it really slopes down in the back over there, that'll probably be, I'll probably plant melons and stuff like that and just let them go all the way down that hillside. But my buddy also brought some of my olive trees that survived at his place, barely. I think I only got 3 out of 13 that are still living. But that's the plan, right, Lucy? I'm not playing ball. Come on, let's go down this way. But I also plan on doing food forest in here too. Maybe brassicas in this area. And then I'll probably have a chicken coop in this area. And I might do an enclosed area for them to help make compost for the garden. Then down here at the wash, we're going to dam this up. My buddy's going to help me probably in 2 places. So we'll have an upper dam up that way. And then it'll flow down here once that fills in. And then this area here, I want to make a pond. So this will become a real pond, and then ducks and everything else right here in this area. And if I ever find the wood or whatever right up here on this flat spot, I think I'll put a 12 by 12 cabin in this area up here, and it overlooks the pond. And that'll be pretty cool. I'll have to move my cacti. We'll move that somewhere. It reseeds real easy, so just to get it out of the wash area. But green in the desert's taking a long time because I've been working like 6 days a week in other places. One of the places I work is great for me because I bring back all the manure I want. So this is alpaca here, and this is cow here. And I have 2 piles like this of cow and straw, but this is alpaca, and this will go over here into the new garden area. I am going to be filing with the USDA as a farm, so I'll get certified. Last year I sold my leftovers at the farmer's market, so this year I'll have probably 5 times as much as I sold last year. But then this is the area here that I was thinking of doing melons just draping over the ground here. Save me a little leveling, but we'll be leveling up there. That way the water stays here on the property. Otherwise it just flows down this hill and goes into that wash, and then it goes all the way down like a mile and ends up in town in the flatlands. And I want to keep it here to help grow these manzanitas or something. This is a natural tree. This is a manzanita. They're an evergreen, and they're great. This is one of your best fire breaks, is a manzanita trees, because they're always green. The red shanks are pretty good too, but they do have a lot of bark. But then you just do the chop and drop. This tree will easily survive without the bark, so you just take this off and throw it on the ground or on your dog. And it helps with keeping them from burning. All this bark can come off, and you knock the dead wood out, leave it on the ground, and let it rot into the ground and help start creating some topsoil. Because you can see all this litter on the ground, but if you pull it back, it's not bad here, but there, now we're hitting clay. See? And it's pretty hard. It's hard to dig in. Right, Lucy? Maybe you should dig a hole right there. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, now put this good topsoil back in there. Yeah, good girl. There. And that way will help to green the desert. We'll bring back a lot of the native grasses, I'm hoping. I might run some pigs or something eventually and go from there. But you can see how thick the forest is here. I gotta go through the whole thing and just knock all this dead wood off and drop it. And what I need to use, I'll chip up with the chipper and make like this is my wood chip pile. I've used most of it up, and that was hours of chipping. You can see I still have a lot of leftovers here, but covering all that up there in wood chips would really benefit the soil too. Let's check here's the another giant manzanita, and you can see the berries on it. These are edible. The Indians used to use them to, they ate them, but what did they make? Kind of like a flour out of them. So they got like a floury paste out of them. This will all go up here. I'm going to do row crops, and I might get some free high tunnels from the USDA. So I'm working on that, and that takes a lot of time and effort, but they will send people out here for free just to go over the property, see the best places to garden, and then officially go with registering me as a farm. And then I'll be able to sell legally at farmers markets. And hopefully someday, that's how I make my living. But for now, I'll keep shoveling stalls and planting other people's food forests. But here's another native. I can't remember the name of this one, but it's an evergreen also. I have put in a few plants, some pineapple guavas. I did put in a Granny Smith apple tree. Speaking of which, I better go check on that. But if you haven't seen manzanitas before, they're really neat. I think that's white sage right there. Still cleaning, but you can see the foam insulation in there. That's what I'm picking up and using to make my little seed starting area. But here, this is another manzanita, and I mean, this thing's been here 100 years probably. See how big the base of it is? They look like bushes, but they eventually grow up to be trees. This one was a monster, but it cracked and broke. There's still a lot of live spots on it, but as you can see, and then the moss growing. You don't see that too much out here in the desert. And then a giant rat's nest. I might open that thing up and see if I can find anything from the 1800s in there. Lucy's digging the pond. Go ahead, dig the pond. Are you digging the pond? The big pond. The pond's going to be over there, Lucy. You should dig over there. We did have some rain, so you can see we still got moist soil. Too bad I can't grow avocados up here. This would make a amazing avocado orchard with well-draining soil like this. But here's another manzanita. These are protected, but we got plenty of them, so I'm not sure where the other ones come. I don't really see the birds eat these, but I've seen Lucy eat them. She kind of likes them. Lucy, manzanita? Gonna eat it? Or just play with it? Okay, whatever. Well, that's the update for now. Adios and God bless.